Good morning. Really nice to see you guys this morning. Um, this is Olivia with Tarot and Coffee with Olivia. You probably have already seen some of my videos. Maybe not. Maybe you're just now signing on. But what I'm doing today is a daily pick um, tarot reading. You pick a card, and from there, we read your card, and that's your card for the day. Today is May 16th, Saturday. And it is during the time of the great sickness, otherwise known as the COVID shut in, hunker down, whatever. That's what we call it in Texas, hunker down. I think most of my viewers are from Texas at this point, but I have noticed I'm getting more and more viewers, and I'm realizing I need to make an introduction video so that people can see my face and and I can tell you a little bit about where I came from. But anyway, that's not right now. We're doing this right now. And as always, I really am grateful that you came, and I'm just really excited every single day to connect with you in this way. It's it's become really important to me to do this every day. I do have a thought of the day today, and it is from this book. It's called The Overstory by Richard Powers. It's a very it's a poetic book. It's not poetry. It's just that the writing is just so beautiful. And I want to read a quote. It's about trees. It's about a tree, or it's about man's relationship to trees, and it's just really interesting. The Overstory by Richard Powers. Here is a quote. A few years before, he bought his youngest girl a zoopraxiscope for her birthday, though he alone kept playing with it after she grew bored. Now these squadrons of flapping geese and parades of bucking broncos come alive when the glass drum spins to animate his brain. A grand plan occurs to him as if he invented it. He decides, for whatever years are left to him, to capture the tree and see what the thing looks like, sped up to the rate of human desire. It's just about a zooxotrope. You know what a zoetrope is. It's kind of like that. Um, anyway, I thought it was a beautiful thought. And let me move this out of the way so that we can move on. Okay, let's look at our stones today. We have some different ones. I cleaned house and I found some more. So under card number 1, we just have this black. I don't know what it is. I guess I should have looked that up. It's a Riverstone. That's what I call it, and it's one of those that's really good to sit in your palm, sit in your pocket, and hold on to. Now this one I did look up. I thought it was feldspar or fool's gold, but once I looked it up, let me see if it's focusing correctly. Yeah. Once I looked it up, it looks like it's let's see if I can say this right, chalcoprite. Chalcoprite. Oh, chocopyrite. That's how you say it. Anyway, I think it's just copper ore. Just. I really don't know, but here's my honey citrine. Yummy enough to eat. Ugh, this one looks delectable too, my turquoise. Doesn't it look like it would taste like just something deliciously wonderful, sweet with some salty? Mm-hmm. Rocks do have flavor. Those of us who ate dirt when we were little, we remember that. So let me tell you about the timestamps. The timestamps are in the comments. Once I post, then I post the timestamps in the comments. And that way you can skip ahead to the card that you chose or the stone that you chose without having to wade through somebody else's reading. I do have a friend, there's no wrong way to do this, and I do have a friend that says she picks 2 cards. She picks the one because sometimes she has a hard time making decisions. So she picks two, and the one that calls to her the most is her first card, and then she has a secondary card for the day. And I think that's a really nice way to do it. But anyway, like I said, do it the way that you do it, and it will work out just fine. So, without much further ado, we're going to turn over the Riverstone card, and that is this one. Oh, and I used a different set of cards today. I thought it might make it a little more interesting. This is the Seven of Swords. We've seen him a lot lately. And I saw him on a meme the other day, which I thought was kind of funny because it was this guy carrying his swords, making his little serious face. And he was saying, why did I buy all these darn swords? Anyway, it was funny in the meme. Maybe you had to be there. Anyway, this guy, when you see this guy, I often think of like an argument. Maybe an argument within oneself, maybe an argument without oneself, but it's kind of a disagreement where things need to be divided up, possibly. It's something that maybe it's something that you've been working on and it's not going to work out. This is not a very positive card. It's kind of a things aren't going to go right necessarily. The best laid plans and all that. So if you have this card today, just be aware that there might be a design flaw or something that might come up, and maybe you can prepare yourself to have a little more patience today, because it's just one of those things that was meant to be. And I know sometimes it seems like the world is working against you, but it's not. With the Seven of Swords, it's just a little minor problem, a little minor quarrel. It's not, no bigs. I mean, it could be big for you. You know, sometimes when you're up close, it's a lot easier said than done, right? But I wouldn't say bow up for an argument today. No, not at all. I would say prepare to have your patience tested. Maybe with yourself. You may be mad at yourself about something. So I would say try to work that out within yourself today. Seven of Swords. A little bit of trouble coming your way. A little bit of thinking things through and having some patience. And now let me see if I can try to say the name of this stone right this time. And let's call it a Choco Pie. It's really pretty. I hope the light does it justice. The pictures on the screen when I looked it up weren't very clear either. But so our next card here, I really like these cards. They have a different language on each corner. This is the Nine of Pentacles, and she has a little bird on her hand, doesn't she? She is. This is good. This is a card that says that you've worked hard to get where you are, and you've found some refinement in your work. You have a lot of friends, and you're successful. That you have some very specific goals and aims that are coming into themselves or coming to fruition. So with this card, I'd like to say, stay modest and I don't know why I said that. Modest. I don't necessarily believe in modesty too much, but okay. Especially in success and in work and growth, and for some reason, and I don't even think it has anything to do with this card, but for some reason I said that, so somebody out there maybe needs to feel a little bit more modest about their attainments or about what they've done with their work. I think it's okay to be a little proud, especially if you recognize that God helps us all, and then every success that we have is also God's success. She has it looks like there are lots of grapes in the back that are growing and that they're coming to fruition. It looks like she's got both her and the bird have like a little red veil over their head, which red often means purity. Um, I think that speaks to the creativity of this card. Gosh, this sounds like my card today because y'all have been watching my video. My views have been growing. My friends are helping out. Yeah, I'm going to call this my card today. Yeah, you can pick them that way. You can watch them all and pick the one you want. So if you have this card today, I would say think about all the work that you put into it and be proud of what you've done. But I think when I said be modest, I think one of the things that we just all need to realize is how much spirit is in our life and does when we're moving along the right track, things tend to go a little bit easier than when we're not. This right here is the honey citrine, honey citrine, and we're gonna put over this card, which is the world, the whole world. The thing about this card is it is a like a plenitude card. Like the world is giving you everything that you need to survive and more. She's got little batons, and this one like she's the band leader. This card I also call an enlightenment card or a balance card, a fulfillment card. Basically, sometimes it does mean like a change of place or a change of pace, which we're all going through. A lot of us are. There are some of us or some people that have been working all through this corona shutdown, and there are people who have gone back to work early, not feeling right about it. There are people who have been called back to work that didn't go back. There's all kinds of things going on. But when you see this card, it's not something, it's never a card to worry about. It's always a card to rejoice about. And also, whenever I see the world card, I think it's a good idea for the person whose card this is to go out into nature today. Go out, get your bare feet in the grass. Don't just walk out into nature. Don't just take a hike, but engulf yourself in it. If you can go put your feet in the creek or roll around in some leaves today or something like that. It looks like her hair is on fire. It's a beautiful card, and basically it really does mean that in all aspects of the cards, and the 4 different aspects are represented here, that you will have plenty. In my other card deck, well, we'll not talk about my other card deck. We don't want to make these guys jealous, right? I don't know if I think about my cards that way, really. I know a lot of people do. I think about my cards as tools or extensions of myself, and also like a way to increase my intuition. A tool to use that helps me with my intuition. That's kind of how I think about them. I don't think there's a wrong way to think about your cards. Here comes the yummy turquoise. Almost like a caramel macchiato. Salted caramel macchiato. Anyway, we're going to turn over this card and what we have here. Oh, that's funny. I think that we saw this card yesterday in the other deck, and he doesn't look the same. He does. Oh, here, let me bring him up here so you can see his face. He does have a happy face, but it doesn't look like he's surrounded by. Pretty much, this card is often about partying. Sometimes indulgence, but sometimes overindulgence, which I'm pretty sure we talked about yesterday when we had this card. If you got this card again, This is a reminder that that's what you need to be working on. Enjoy what you have. Enjoy your time home if that's what you're doing. If you're at home, don't. It seems like I know a lot. I know Texas was voted like the most drinking, the most drunk state of the union during this time. Maybe perhaps that's you. Maybe you've been overdoing it a little bit. It's really like it's fine to do everything in moderation, is what they say, right? But this card is kind of a admonition about you might be overdoing it, but also to continue to enjoy the luxuries and the plenitude that you have. But be careful. And so, wow, we've gone through all the cards. Sometimes I think I go too fast. Sometimes I think I go too slow. It doesn't really matter as long as you're happy. And I guess I do need to look at my little notes here to see about our closing. And so I don't forget anything, I want to thank very much, very much, very much. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys coming. I really love being able to connect with you in this way. Every single one of you. I'm thinking of so many of you that I have met, many that I met here on YouTube even. I really appreciate that. My YouTube friends. And take the time to take the time to share this video, subscribe to my channel. That way you can always have access to this if I forget to post, or if I forget to post on Facebook or wherever you're getting this. If I forget to tweet it, it's always posted here on YouTube first. If you click that little blue bell in the bottom right hand corner, that's a subscription, and if you have your phone set up to notify you, you will get notifications as to exactly when I post. I guess that's all I have to say. I hope you like these readings, and I hope that you will comment, and you can comment whatever you like. You can comment helpful hints, or and I'll look up on the computer about how to post these faster, because I noticed that I didn't get any answers yesterday, and I feel like it's a more complex situation than for someone to just write in the comments for me. So I really do appreciate if you did look into that for me, and I look forward to hearing from you. And I actually look forward to hearing from each and every one of you. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Man, it stormed here last night. It was a big bada boom. Um, that's a Fifth Element reference. I guess I shouldn't have to say that. If you know Big Bada Boom, you know Big Bada Boom. If you don't know Big Bada Boom, you don't know Big Bada Boom. Anyway, um, without much more ado, I'll say ta ta for now. TTFN.